Flying high in the fearless sky without leaving the ground. The rest of the folks are tired and weary and have laid their bodies down. To the place where danger waits, and it's bound to forsake me. So stupid minded, but I go crazy when I can't find. Flying high in the fearless sky without leaving the ground. The rest of the folks are tired and weary and have laid their bodies down.
So let it be written, so let it be done.
The mic was not on. I apologize, y'all. This is crazy. Everything's a little discombobulated, but thank you for watching Heritage Hip Hop once again. This is Karev at Heritage Hip Hop saying thank you for watching. Today we have a very special guest on that's very meaningful to me. Him and his team have been with Heritage Hip Hop since it first started. And not only that, Heritage Hip Hop has not only seen the growth, but we appreciate the growth because hip hop is not about just how you dance or how you rhyme. It is our rhymes. It is our beats. It is our style of dress. It is our composure. It is our art. It is our style. But more importantly, it's how you give to the community whenever you do decide to take hip hop as a lifestyle, as in your journey. Today, I have a member of a team that creates perfect sound. And not only is their sound perfect, they give it to the world so that the world knows it's not just music. It's perfect music. And if you have a perfect sound, that creates harmony. A harmony not only is peace, but it's God's expression to the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if he can come on. I give you Oskii. Can you hear me, bro?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, correct. Give me 1 second. My phone be acting up. I apologize. I'm trying to exit out this page. I'm trying to exit out the chat page so I can see you. My screen just, oh my God, it's the wrong time. My bad, man. Give me
No, but
1
we
second.
see you. We
Yeah,
see
yeah.
you.
That's the crazy part because I just locked my screen. I know you can see me.
I
My
can't see you now. It's
screen,
dark.
my screen is mad sensitive. I'm trying to get it on right now. My
Shout out
bad.
to technology, because sometimes technology do what it can to shut you out. But he's on the screen. Can you see me?
Nah, I can't see you. I'm trying to
All right.
close the chat page. It's not nothing on your end. It's my phone.
Well, while he's getting ready, everybody, welcome back to Heritage Hip Hop. Like I said, Perfect Sound Entertainment is a group that not only took their hip hop to the world as a group that, or a collective that wanted to give the world good music, they took their work to the school system as vendors for the Newark Public School System. They did the book bag tour where they went to talk to schools about the importance of being moral, being just, being a good citizen, being a good student. And they used the book bag tour to give the world and the students, the kids of North New Jersey, hope through hip hop music, right? And in today's society, we have a lot of hip hop that's not hopeful. If you've seen the news, we have an AI conversation going on. We have a horrible beef situation going on. We have the over sexualization of women going on, even to the point now where we have Suki Hana getting arrested for possession and distributing codeine and other types of drugs. So we've seen the deterioration of the culture into the mainstream, while underground and true hip hop is still relevant to the people that make the music and make it happen. Before I go into all that and waiting for him to come back, shout out to Perfect Sound Entertainment. Shout out to D Train. That's my dude. You know what I'm saying? He had a viral song going on not too long ago, a couple years back. You know, baseball player, which means he's in the community giving the kids hope not only through the music but through his activities. Shout out to Clay Bands. You know, he became a daddy. He's the producer, beats. You know what I'm saying? And Oskii is a gentleman who not only leads the charge of humanity in his rhymes, but he makes himself present to the people who love his music. Because hip hop music is not, like I said, I can smoke, I can have sex, I can get high. It also is life music where you're giving the people a testimony of yourself and who you are. Do you agree with me, sir?
I agree. Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly.
All right, I'm good. I apologize, man, but I was listening. I definitely agree.
Okay, so
With that.
you haven't been on Heritage Hip Hop in a while, so let's catch the people up. Who is Oskii and what is his brand of hip hop?
Man, Oskii is a great, conscious, loving man from Newark, New Jersey. I am an inspiring artist. I love music. I love my family. I love my people. And that's what inspired me to deliver the message that I deliver in my music.
And you do have a pretty pristine message, which is a clean message for all y'all who don't read books. It's a clean message that I'm not going to say is sorely lacking in hip hop, but it's lacking in the mainstream. As an underground artist who uses his music to make change, do you see or do you perceive the struggle of the mainstream versus underground becoming bigger than just what you make? It's also how it's consumed and given to the people as well.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that. I agree with that. I feel like you said, it's much harder. It's harder, but when you really focus and understand why, it makes it a lot easier for you as the artist that's pushing the message you pushing to eventually get to the mainstream. And it took me a while, to understand that. It took me a while to understand that. Yeah.
I think the issue with the mainstream is people have allowed people to tell them what's hot. Like, as a shout out to my family, shout out to my grandson, shout out to my nieces, my nephews, stepchildren, my wife, shout out to everybody who supports me and who also lives their lives listening to music, because my lady's a big club head, so she out there dancing, right? And the younger generations of the family are more into hip hop. And I fear for the young men because through the movement of Sexy Red, Suki Hana, and all of that, we have that being pushed mainstream. And then I believe our young men are going to be so sex intensified that the value of themselves, their bodies, and the women they choose are going to diminish. And I fear for the ladies, because if everything's sexually induced and thug driven, then a good man is not going to be a common man. It's going to be a fairy tale, and people are going to want to lay with anyone. Does your music fight against that? And if it does, what quality of message do you want to give to kids that the mainstream doesn't give them?
My message definitely fight against that, man. Definitely. Great question. Like, what my message is giving them, like, with my music, I wanna build up overall well-rounded young men and young girls. Cause it's scary, like you said, the message that's being promoted in the mainstream. It's just like, it's ridiculous. And I'm grateful to have been going through this journey of finding myself as an artist and recognizing my true purpose with the message I deliver in my music, because I know I know my audience, I know who I'm targeting, and I know what I want my message to do to them. And that's to create overall well-rounded individuals, man.
See, well-rounded. See, America is funny because all black, so-called black people in America are not the same. For instance, I believe they call America we're the United States, but we're really different countries in the landmass called a state, because a New Jersey is not like Nebraska, which is not like California, which is not like Florida, because Florida is a whole different world, y'all, if y'all never really been to Florida. And then you got Michigan. And though we all suffer with racism, degradation, when the mainstream music gives a message, it gives it to all of us, but then we have to translate it into our lives. How does your music translate into everybody's lives, so no matter where you are, you can identify with the message and the sound that you're giving?
Because it's like, it's everyday life that we live in. We all go through struggles, and at the same time we learn from the mistakes that we make, and it's a lesson in everything that we go through. So that's what my message is. That's what my message in my music is, letting everybody know, like being aware, being conscious of what you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be moving. Oh, yeah.
But you know what? It's one thing people have taken out of life. It's easy to make mistakes. Mm-hmm. But it's also righteous to make mistakes, because an unlearned man is a man that cannot give the world value. How did you give the world value through your mistakes, and how did you put that into your music?
Great question. How did I give the world value? I gave them value by by giving them the truth. By giving them the truth. And it gets no better than that. You know, you can't run from the truth. You can't hide from the truth. You know, it's up to you to receive it. But I will honestly say the truth, giving them the truth. Yeah.
The only truth that exists in the world is pain. And hip-hop was birthed from the pain of people who the world told were nothing. How did hip-hop save you from your personal pain, and you translate it to others so they can grow from your pain?
How did hip-hop save me from my pain? Wow.
See, ladies and gentlemen, we ask real questions over here.
Yeah. That's a real great question.
No bullshit over here. And this man has he can answer this. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Hip hop saved me from my pain. Recognizing that everybody go through similar struggles. It's all about how you come up out of it. And to hear that from artists, you know, it's inspiring, coming from, you know, someone that you look up to, knowing that you're following the path, you're following the road that they're going to, how they express themselves through their music. Definitely.
See, I want to focus on something that this young man just said, because he said inspiring through music. And we're going to build on that, because inspiration Inspiration, if you're a spiritual person, that's called breath. So when God said, "Let there be light," or let's create the land, it said his inspiration flowed over the waters, which is his spirit, and his spirit came through his breath. So the very words that you speak is what makes you so different than anybody else in the game. But now we have AI in the game, which taking other people's voices without their breath. How do you feel about the usage of the voice and the message when now computers are used by mainstream artists and they're falsifying the feeling and the message of hip hop?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like it's whack, man. Technology really taking over, and like translating that to music, like you said, it's just not good. It takes away the meaning of what you said of your your spirit through you know through words. Like it's powerful, and technology being able to like do that, it's just whack. It's whack. It's whack. I
It's
don't do it.
horrible. I'm sorry to cut you off. You want to say more?
No, you good. You good.
Okay. It's horrible that. Let's look at the Drake issue, for instance, right?
Yeah, I see
Drake
you on
took
that.
Drake took Snoop and Pac's voice to do a diss song, and they said it was a pep talk to him, but to respond. But the danger of that is you're opening the doors for people to take content and position themselves to steal from the culture
Mhm.
by giving people's voices that are not there. I call it fraud and theft. Let's take it a step further. Perfect Sound Entertainment is all about giving the children in the community a chance to live, not survive, live and see their greatness. But
Mhm.
imagine if somebody took Oskii's voice and made a
The worst.
let's just say that you
The
made
worst.
they made some drill music with your voice. And if somebody taking your voice and not giving your message as an artist, where do you stand with that? How would you do you accept it? Would you combat it? And how would you do it?
Yeah, I wouldn't stand with it at all because it's taken away from, just my my character, just who I am as a man, my brand, the message that I'm delivering to my people, and that's what's so dangerous. That's something you can't control because it's out there. You know it. Like I would fully be against that, knowing that I don't push that message, and for somebody to go and be able to like use your voice and make something else with it is scary. It's scary, man.
It is because when you sign an industry contract, for those of you that don't know, yeah, I look at those too for artists. Salute. But when you look at an industry contract, it says you can't work with anybody in the known galaxy, that you're controlled by the end by the label, and that your likeness, etc., is owned by the label, and they could do with your likeness as they choose. So that people are saying that's going to be including voices, and with no patent or no copyright for the voice or the voice sound. Now we're getting into dangerous territories where now when the industry makes its own music, they all make 100%, and then you're just kicked out. How does that feel to you? What do you feel about that?
I wouldn't even, me as an artist, I don't even like stress that, but to give my opinion on it, because I don't care to you know reach that level or even consider a deal like that, but just giving my opinion on that, it's like, man, I would always tell every artist that's trying to get into the game, like, educate yourself on getting into this if you really want it, because nobody should be controlled like that. Nobody should be controlled like that. And that's why, going back, I'm grateful to have been, you know, having this much time to educate myself on, like, you know, the the culture deals, because it's important. I don't live by that at all. I don't agree with that at all.
I'm
Nah.
glad you don't, because it seems Ryan Leslie, and salute to all the people checking in. Shout out to Maximus, shout out to True Triller, shout out to Grump, my brother. Peace,
Shout out to
Grump.
y'all, man.
Shout out to D Train once again.
Sir.
I think the biggest thing when it comes to where music is that we're going to go back to where you won. You won a major battle in hip hop. Let's talk about that. You won by going to your audience and connecting with them. Perfect Sound Entertainment did the book bag tour. Please refresh the people so they know how deep that was and what you accomplished. Peace, You Freedom is in the building too. Shout out to Re Freedom.
Like you said in the beginning of this interview, you was on what we had started early on. And for the people of Heritage Hip Hop, you know, our history go back. You know, we started the book bag movement, the book bag tour in 2017. And Karev of Heritage Hip Hop, he was on then. At that time, I wouldn't say I was, you know, fully ready prior to have the conversation that we had. But yeah, making the book bag song has really opened my eyes to see that I can now be in control of an audience, and an audience that I want to develop and build with. And you know, on a business aspect of it, it showed me so much. You know, it showed me so much, and I'm inspired to take on that role as well. But like you said, that's what's powerful about it.
Oh, we got some technical difficulties. Oh, here we go.
I got a call. I told people do not call me right now. But that can you give me the question one more time? Because I went back just thinking of the whole journey of the book bag tour. I can't hear you.
You won the major battle of artistry by cultivating an audience. Talk about that, because just to give more context, in hip hop today, you could just put a song on and it's a crapshoot if you go viral. But when you go to an audience and you connect with them, now you have dedicated ears and a vision to give people, so when they see you, they look at you and they feel something. Talk about how that started and how that movement prepared you for where you are today.
So it started because it was my intention. It was my intention to target that audience, the young world. And you know, I was inspired by a few artists that you know of today that, you know, blew up to be, you know, who they are: the 21 Savages, the Kodak Blacks, the Little Uzis, the Little Yachties. When that class came out, I was, you know, as a fan of Substance, I was looking at that like, man, like this can't be, you know, like this can't be what's coming into the game. And that was 2016, 2017, and it's still happening when we speak on mainstream. So, you know, they were honestly the inspiration behind, you know, wanting to create a song like Book Bag. So, you know, it was my intention to target that audience. And like you said, being in control has really like opened up the door for me. It has put no pressure on me. It had inspired me overall. And yeah, man.
That's dope, because you did not want to go to the right when people went to the right. You went to the left.
And another thing I want to say, artists are so desperate to just like get on that they don't follow their hearts and their mind, because they feel like, I gotta get it. Let me go make this. I know I'm not talking about nothing. I'm not saying nothing, but this is what's hot. Like you said in the beginning, this is what's hot. I gotta sound like this. No, you need to identify who you are. You need to identify who you are and stay true to that. Stay true to that. So like I said, it was my intention. And when you hear the Book Bag song, to speed up, when you see all of what we got going on with the Book Bag tour, it shows you who I am as a person. And I feel like you gotta stay true to who you are, man. So yeah, I wanted to add that. I wanted to add that in.
No, that's dope. I want to ask you something. Is the book bag tour still going on? Y'all do it every year?
Man, so I actually my main reason for wanting to come on Heritage Hip Hop, because I know Heritage Hip Hop is about the people, about the music, of course, but through my time of absence, I'm getting up to your question. Through my time of absence, we've been on pause with the book bag tour due to just, you know, me getting off track. So February 19th of this year, we kicked off the book bag tour, but it gets deeper. It gets deeper than that, you know. Like, our last show was in 2019, I believe. So coming off the year of 2017 and 2018 school year, we was preparing for 2019. We got invited to the North Public Schools convocation. I believe that's the name of it. And that's when all the schools meet in the summertime, you know, and they have a big rally getting prepared for the next school year. So we was invited to that, and we was getting prepared. You know, we was creating a bunch of new things to the tour, and then COVID happened, you know, so like that set us back a little bit. But you know, that not only that, me getting off path with just, you know, getting to know myself as well. As much as, you know, I had the book bag tour going and I was, you know, pushing this message with my music. So to answer your question, I had to get through some things personally, you know, and leading up until that point, you know, I feel like I've been connecting, you know, with God. I've been getting closer with God, and I feel like up until that point, I was at a place where, you know, out of nowhere, I just like received a phone call, and that was my sign right there. You know, not being on the stage with the book bag tour since 2019. So yeah, man.
So what did the call lead you to?
You saying the call from?
What did the call lead you to? Like, you said you were off track, so you got the call. So now what did this call taking you
The
to?
call led me back to my purpose of what God was telling me what I need to do. Yeah.
Moral
If
victory.
that
No, moral victory.
moral
Sometimes
victory.
you were the prodigal
Yeah.
son. You had to fall so God can
Yeah.
pick you back up so you can go back on your journey. I think that's
Exactly.
where I'm at in life
Exactly.
right now. I think I'm in a part since I'm gonna be transparent with my people at Heritage Hip Hop. Salute to everybody watching on Facebook, YouTube, and IG. You on your IG live, they can see this. I'm on my IG
Oh,
live right
fact. Shout
now.
out to everybody on the IG live, man.
Yeah. When my dad died, right? I went through. I actually starting to come out of it within the past month. When my mom had died, I went through a serious thing where I had to get therapy, and it showed me something about myself that I had to work on. And when my dad died, it got that much harder because it was a bigger part of my heart that was lost, and a bigger part of my manhood that was affected. So I fell, and I fell pretty hard for a good while. And people said they seen me grieve, but I didn't see myself grieving. And when you go through things like that, people say, well, that tells you how much of a man you are or nothing. They full of shit because most people tell you that ain't men anyway. So whatever.
Yeah.
But it's that part of your life that when you fall, the mental part of manhood and the spiritual part of manhood go to war. It's not about I can do it, but I don't feel like it. It's deeper than that. And you know what I'm talking about. It's like I have a mission, but then it feels like everything you need for your mission you don't have, but you really do. You just haven't tapped into it yet. Yeah,
That's
you feel
right
me?
on point.
You feel
That's
me?
right on point.
You
That's
feel me?
right on point.
And to bring it back to Perfect Sound Entertainment and music, it's hard to create when the weapons of creativity seem dead in your hands. Like I have a microphone, but if I can't get the message out, what can I tell you? And if you're writing words, it's hard to get the right words out with either you're not functioning with your own words yet. So I think to ask this a question to you would be more meaningful towards the manhood than the music, which is now that you've fallen and you may have risen, how powerful was the fall and how great is the rise that you're on now?
Man, the rise that I'm on, I'm still rising, but it opened my eyes. And the fall was just like me like just losing myself, like being pulled everywhere, family, relationship, like everything. And like you said, I felt like I always knew I had a mission, but I didn't have that strength. I didn't have that focus. So, that absence of the last like 3 years was me dealing with that. And I was going through a very, very, spiritual journey with trying to get back, and I wanna actually I wanna tell you, um the mic cancel a few episodes actually helped me. The episode that you have an episode where you were speaking on your dad and you just had mentioned it. So, throughout like last year, I was tapping into reading, I was tapping into episodes of the mic council, just to feed my spirit and just to search for everything that I needed to get back because I knew I had a mission to get back to. I knew I did, you know? And so just like working on myself, going to the gym. You mentioned in that episode, like, physical of the physical aspect of it is like it's great, but it's more so mental and tapping into spiritual. So I want to tell you a few episodes of the Mic Council actually, helped me out throughout my journey of getting back to rising. And like I said, where I'm at right now, it feels great. I know that I'm back, but I still got a lot of climbing to do, personally. Yeah.
Hey man, shout out to you. If y'all don't know about the Mic Council, that's another show in Heritage Hip Hop. We talk about issues that
Tap in.
are hip hop related, but it's not just about music. So may the Most High get the glory for that. I'm not taking that. I'm gonna give it to God, and that's the most important thing about who we are in hip hop is that we are harbingers and messengers of something. But you got to tap into what that message is. That's why Pac always said, don't just bob your head to the music. Really listen to them people and see if you agree with the message that they're giving. And for me personally, one of my favorite MCs of all time is Nas. If you listen to Nas's new song, Define My Name, he said in the 20s, he wanted to stop at 30. At 30, he thought rapping at 40 was corny, but he was wrong because now he got the hottest stuff out at 50 and he's still talking to people. And that just goes to show you that experience is the best teacher because through your age, you are then able to give the youth hope when the world beats us down. And I said us, even like I grade y'all, us.
Yeah.
They beat
Yeah,
us down because the world, you came out the womb with people telling you you're not good enough and you had to fight against it. Tell me about that moment for you. When on your journey did you have to fight against the I'm not good enough to realize I'm really the shit and I have something to prove to myself, F the world, and I can give the world my best?
Hell yeah. When did I realize that? I would say probably like maybe like 4 or 5 years back when I was still like developing, just my skills, like knowing I had talent, knowing I had a message that was different. And yeah, just working on that. But what really made me say that I'm the shit, I'm doing this my way, I know I'm great, was the beginning of the book bag tour. Like when we had our first show, just seeing how everything, just the whole thing of it, like being able to go. I still tell myself this every day, like being able to walk inside a school and stop them teachers from teaching them kids to bring them down to see us. told me that, yeah, I got something. So when I just think about that part, when I think about that part every time, it just reminds me that I just got to stay 10 toes down on what I'm doing and just keep pushing. That's it. What's up, man? What's up, man?
He listens to your music too. That's Oskii. Say hi.
I know for sure. Nice to meet you, man.
He said, nice to meet you. All right, let me finish. Love you.
See,
That's what hip hop's all about.
That's what I love right there.
Passing it on so people can get inspired. And I'm gonna touch on the past before we go to break. You got some songs I really, really love. If everybody who watches Heritage Hip Hop doesn't know, when y'all hear that cut at the end of the show and like real hip hop, that's him. This is my guy for real.
Yeah.
And he's there for me. Don't inspire this guy right here. But he come back. Look, you want to be on camera.
What's
so
up,
bad.
Man?
All right. Let me finish.
Hey, PlayStation.
Yeah, go play.
Love.
But but the reason why I connected to his music because it was real life music. Like the first time he approached me, like, you want to get buy my CD, and I'm not really, I get that a lot. I always did, but you know what? The way I met this gentleman through my job, actually, it inspired me to want to give him more of a chance because I was new, I was fresh. That's 7 years ago, right? Yeah. So I was fresh, and I was like, let me give him a chance. And the first song I heard was called More Than Music. And that's the tagline for Heritage Hip Hop. So I was like, oh, this crazy. And the song was so damn good. I was like, oh, you know what?
Taking me back.
I was like, you know what? I want to hear more of this. And shout out to Daniel. Shout out to my guy, yo. You're like 10 now, right?
Boy, big now. 10, he 12.
12. Damn. Sorry, y'all. See? All right. So check this out, y'all. He had a video for a song called Time Flies. For y'all don't understand, storytelling hip hop is some of my favorite hip hop because I like thematic hip hop. I like albums with concepts. And Time Flies was a song that hit my heart, especially after my parents passed away, is because when you go back and you think about love, connections, opportunity is, you start to appreciate the artist and the music more because, in KRS-One's words to you, sir, a MC can rap to you about your life while a rapper just raps about life. And you had the power to hit my heart through that music. So I want to end this part of the conversation off with this question.
Yeah.
Is life the instrument of hip hop that we take for granted? And if it is, how do we do better by it in the hip hop?
Life is definitely the instrument. Ooh, I like that. Life is the instrument. God damn, Karev. Great question. I love that. I love how you put that together. Man, I'm thinking about that. Life is the instrument. Life is the instrument, man. It's where we gain. It's where we gain the inspiration. It's where the emotion come from. To be able to, pour that into music. Definitely. I love that question. Yeah.
Well, for everybody out there, we hope that you're loving the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. I think we cooking right now. We doing a great job.
Yeah. I feel like we ain't get nowhere, but it's
good.
No. It's great.
No, we gonna definitely touch on the music, but we're gonna touch on the music right after this commercial break. So everybody stay tuned.
Hey, Redman is in the building, of course. Jersey's finest, all about them bars, marijuana smoker. Hey, PSA announcement. I need everybody go support. That's right, support my fucking state, my city. Heritage Hip Hop, a New Jersey media source that celebrates New Jersey hip hop worldwide. Facts. And we are celebrating our legends right here, Jersey, baby. Please subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop on social media. That is Heritage Hip Hop on social media. Jersey, you know I love you. Jersey, you know we got bars and we got music and we got legends all day. And if you believe in Jersey and you love Jersey like I do, support that Heritage Hip Hop on all social media platforms. This is Redman and I approve this message.
All right. We are back. And shout out to the GOAT. Well, that's my GOAT. I don't know about y'all, but shout out to Redman for the shout out to Heritage Hip Hop. Please subscribe and share, comment, and all that good stuff. But hip hop always comes back to the music. So let's talk about some music that you got, right? I am not gonna lie to you. A lot of people give me their music, and I'll be excited for that shit. Keep it real. You hear some good stuff every now and then, but you get a lot of ass music. It's trash, yo. And you know what? When I was going back to do your catalog to see what I like and what I did not like, or what I was fiending for, or what I liked, I like a lot, y'all. I ain't shitting on this man. He has good ass music, yo. Shout out to Perfect Sound Entertainment. I even got that. Y'all see that thing behind him right there? I got hoodies. I support.
We got that's one thing, you know, we gotta deliver. Gotta deliver more music.
Well, let's talk about what you got, because one of the songs that you had out that I really took to was Options. Tell me about Options and how that came up.
Options was a you know, that's when me and Clay Bands of Perfect Sound Entertainment get together. And you know, anytime I mention him, man, it just lights me up even more, because we're so diverse, and him being a creator himself pushes me to get more creative with my music. So, you know, Clay Bands, he's the producer of Perfect Sound Entertainment, and like the magic he makes is just like, it just blows my mind, man. He's just like on a different level with sounds, you know, with sounds. So like when I heard that, that's a shocker too, that you like Options. I sometimes sleep on the song, but back to what I was saying. You know, he had the beat, and one day we was in the studio you visit down in Ironbound. We was in the studio one day, locked in, and like I remember that session, we playing the beat, and the melody of that hook was just there. Dun, 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 dun. And that was the first time I ever like opened up and got like, and was free to like, just like, you know, letting it just come to me, and we were just vibing, and like, you know. But still, when I make songs like that, I always make sure to give an effort with like making an actual song that's gonna connect, you know, with the message of the overall message. So, you know, that's a fun turn up song. You know, it's for a certain place, party, atmosphere, you know. So yeah, that's how Options came along.
Options reminded me of Perfect, though.
Yeah?
It doesn't? Well, you tell me. Because I mean, you have the ability to make a party girl record and then a thoughtful girl record. You have the ability to make a thoughtful song and a personal song, but it could be like they're all good songs, but your bop is different. So with Perfect and in Options, with once again, More Than Music, your bop is different. There was a video, I don't remember the song. It was a black and white video. You were sitting on a car or something and you was rhyming. I remember the video. I saw that on Instagram years ago, and I was like, damn, like he's really combining his personality perfectly to the beats that he's choosing. And that's why I said he remind me, because the bop doesn't change, the words change, but the presence doesn't change. Okay. How did you master your presence on the songs and not just make songs for people to listen to?
Yeah, how did I master my presence?
Yeah, I listen to all that shit, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. Just standing firm on always just being myself, whether it's on a song, whether it's in person with you having a conversation, you know, whatever it is, always make sure that you gonna identify that this is Oskii. Yeah.
I like that, because I think you were one of the people who, I think if you had like a hip hop mentor, it would be somebody who's so grounded that they will pull even more from your soul, because right now you're rapping from your destiny, not your soul yet. You know why I say that? You have certain bars in like song like For My People that make me think the perfect label for you would be Dreamville. I could see you rocking with J. Cole or Boss, Or I could hear you do a song with Nas the same way, where you're the up and coming dude like Fashawn was, and then Nas is gonna have the name, but people are check for you because not just the clarity in what you're saying, but the presence of what you're saying. And shout out to your your hoodie, because that's the cover for the For My People single. Show everybody that by chance. Yeah, see that? See that? Yeah, I said, we do our research over here, y'all. So
shout out to Karev too, man. Karev always supporting Perfect Sound Entertainment.
Facts.
But
so why is songs like For My People just as important as songs like Perfect or another sleeper that I really like, Look at Me Now? Why are those so important for people to know when they look at your catalog?
Because a song like For My People just represents, who I am. It represents who I am. Like when you could catch me outside, just the love that I give my people, my family, like everything that I'm doing. I'm living my truth in my rhymes. So that's why, For My People is a real important one to me. And that song was inspired by, may he rest in peace, George Floyd. When that happened, I feel like that sent a spark in everybody. And that feeling happened before in this world, sometime in this world, I'm sure you can relate to. But for me, being able experiencing that, that definitely hit me. And that's what inspired for me to make For My People.
You know what bothers me about today's climate of music, and why I like your music so much? You see how I tell people I like their music a lot. I like songs, but
Yeah.
One thing I like about your music is that you give life music. What Kanye used to do before he got into porn. Anyway, you make life music. Like, you make songs that I could put on at any time of the day, and it will feed me, not just entertain me.
I love that.
Back in the day, that was called prophecy. In today's music, they call it consciousness. Is conscious music the offshoot of depression music? Or let me ask it another way. Is conscious music or life music the antonym to mainstream music, in your opinion?
You said, does it what? Say that again?
Is it the opposite? Is life music the opposite of mainstream music to you?
Is life music the opposite of mainstream music? Yeah. Yeah.
Talk about it.
I would definitely say that. Because mainstream is just just a turned up volume. Just like everything is just, gotta shoot up to the sky. And, conscious and prophecy, like you said, is being grounded, being reminded. And it's like, they reach, there's a high level in both, but it's definitely the opposite. Yeah.
You may be writing notes. you deep. Yeah, you may be
Man,
writing
I appreciate
notes.
it. Yo, one thing I gotta say, when you speak on the music, I appreciate everything you just given far as like the catalog. But there's so much more music, and that's one thing I would say that I wish I didn't do, but I learned, was hesitating to put music out, because there's so much more that we have, and now is the time that it's happening. But I appreciate everything. Appreciate it, man.
That's dope, and we should, because music is consumed at a point where it's not enjoyed no more. Or anymore, I should say. We consume music to the point where it's like new song. It's crack. People listen to music like they're taking hits. Like, this is hot. When does your next album come out? And this album's out right now. You see what I'm saying? It's like people are so high that they're numb to the new.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what scares me about today's climate of music with the AI, and why I think life music is in danger of being forgotten. You see what they did to the 5%ers. We see what we did to positive music, but life music is not as extreme, but it is as detrimental as breathing the air itself. You have a song I like called Pride. Well, you really are going in and you're talking that good stuff. I want you to tell the world about Pride and what they're looking forward to when that album is final. I mean, when that project or song is finally released.
Man, that song is just expressing how we all have pride. We all have pride, man. And I speak on, me being prideful in that song, and it's just really attacking. It's attacking pride from every angle, man. And expect that to come out soon. Those songs I sent you, those songs will be dropping every week, every Tuesday on SoundCloud. I titled it a mixtape due to me rapping on industry beats, but the messaging in those songs, as you heard, is deeper. It gives you the feeling of an album. And the song Prideful, man, it's deep. It's deep. It gives you a bop, but it's that life music, like you said. And it's really just expressing needing to work on yourself, needing to really work on yourself, to not be prideful of anything at all.
Yo, I love that you made that song because biblically we speak and spiritually we speak about pride comes before the downfall. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said pride
that. Comes before the downfall. Yeah.
He said in the song, y'all. Yeah. So pride is one of the elements that hip hop has taught people. I'm the ish. I do this. I'm the man. And I hate to kick people's back in, but that's what pissed me off with Ja Rule one time. Quick story. Ja Rule went to a school and the kid told him, I want to grow up to be just like you. And Ja Rule said, yeah, I can see that. And just left the kid just like that. That's pride. Because instead of him telling the child, don't be like me, be better. Don't make my mistakes. I made mistakes. Don't do this, do this. Or get your education because, yes, it's good to make music, but it's better to help society progress. Instead of that, you gave him, yeah, I can see you want to be like me. Yeah, and that's it. Look where Ja Rule is now, though. And no disrespect to the gentleman. I pray much success to him and his family because he has a family, of course. But when it comes to how we look at each other and what people look at when it comes to this culture, pride seems to be the one thing that makes people forget who they are. You sent me who I am. And you really talked about what made you who you are. Why are songs like that important to you? And who were you really talking to? Because you have a specific message in that song.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Clay Bands too. That's Clay Bands on the beginning of that. It's Clay Bands on the beginning of that. I was really talking to, it's like family, family, like even those that's gonna be here after I'm gone. Like there has to be a point, where a change is made. There has to be a point in your life, in your family, where somebody create that change. And like you said, I'm like, I fully recognize and know who I am, my true purpose in this world and everything that I'm doing with music. So yeah, that was another one I just wanted to, fully express how I'm very aware of that and I'm going to make that change. Yeah.
Yeah, family gets sacrificed in hip hop because you know how many times people have to leave their homes to go do shows overseas or something, and their families are here, and artists miss birthdays or parties or things like that, right? And you talked about even when you took your fall, you said relationships. So obviously you had a lady at the time. Are you still with her?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations to you. Salute to your relationship. I want to make sure you shout your lady out. We ain't doing that on here.
Absolutely.
So like those are the important parts of life that are very essential because as a consumer of music, it's easy to fall into the lust of music, but it's when I can build with you that I appreciate you more. Like the song you talk about your mom and how making her dreams come true.
Yeah.
Every man wants to make his mother happy. But in reality, every man knows that he may fall short of that dream.
Mm-hmm.
Does your music help your mom see the best of you and how you want your dream for her to come true? And if it does, how?
I mean, it's not even my music that makes her see the best of me. It's just seeing just something special in me. Just overall, like Kareb, man, like I'm such a I know that I'm such a important key to my family, to all of my family. And you know, it's kind of hard for me to explain like what it is, but it's like I just know I'm like that person that's gonna guide them. You know, it ain't even got nothing to do with like financially. You know, it's just like it's the mindset. It's where I'm going here. It's where I'm at here. So like, you know, my mom know her son is talented. She know he been doing this for a long time. And you know, she probably not even thinking my mom be so stressed out about, you know, oh, is my son gonna make it tomorrow? You know, she knows that I'm focused on something, but I think overall it's more so just the person that I am, that she's more so in tune with, you know, that makes her happy overall, I believe.
I want to tell you spiritually, I think your mom is more proud of you than she tells you. And I think she's more proud of you than she can show you. I mean, I can only talk as a man. The funniest thing I ever seen was when Ghostface had his son on stage, and he was like, he came out of me. You know what I'm saying? Like he was bugging out. Like, I shot that nigga in the world. He came out of me. He talking about Sun God, right? And I don't think a woman gonna say she shot you out, but to produce a child that becomes a man, that becomes a leader with a purpose, you do your mom proud because you live. And the fact that you're giving God back his talent by making art so people can learn to live, I think there's a key to emotions that women have that men don't have. I want you to ask your mom about that. Because in all actuality, bro, when a man,
I hear you, my bad.
that's dope. But when a man sees his son win his first fight, you get proud. When a man sees his son get his first girlfriend and she pretty as hell, you're like, that's my boy.
Yeah.
But as a mother, to see their child, their labor pains change the world, I really want you to tap into that with her. Because there's songs that you have where you're talking about your mom, but you do talk to your family behind what you're not saying in the words. How has family shown you that they evaluate and they love your sound as much as, or if not more than the average person who listens to your music? How have they shown you that?
They show me that by like letting me guide them, listening to me, like looking for my advice, looking for my help, looking for my leadership, like looking for all of those things. Like I got a song that I'm working on right now. It's about just recognizing, who you are, loving yourself. And I just got to record it on a voice note. And I played it for my little 5-year-old niece, and it's just like, it's a theme song. She love it. Every time she get in the car, Uncle, play my song. And that right there, man, just like does it for me, man. That right there does it for me. I know I kind of got off the question of what you asked, but like I said, it just goes back. It's not even with my family. It's not even about the music. It's more so of who I am, who Omar is. Like Omar is just like, I gotta go. I love him. I gotta go to him. Like, and it's just where my heart is, and like that's why it spills out into my music. Because when I think of, I don't have kids yet, right? But when I think of my little niece and nephew, Daniel, that I have out here, like it scares me to know that they're gonna grow up and have to, take on this world one day. So, when I deliver my music, I'm looking out for those same kids, for these same families. Like, outside of music, when I'm out in the street. Like, no, we gotta make a change. We can't continue on this cycle of just like destroying ourselves and being lost out here. So when I just think of my family members alone, it just scared me. Like, nah, I can't let it happen.
I agree. Legacy is one of the most important words I've ever learned in my life. Like when I was a little kid, I wanted to have a family of my own. I mean, to this day, I still don't have one of my own, but I do have a beautiful family, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you something, yo. Family is hard, yo. It's very hard. It's very, 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 very hard. But it's the most beautiful struggle as a man you go through. That's why the Bible says kids are a reward and it's a blessing to have them. You see what I'm saying? Because the most hurtful thing is kid gets sick. You can't take that sickness from them. They have to go through the sickness so they can become stronger inside. Your son gets heartbroken or gets into his first fight, he may lose, whatever. He has to go through that pain to know what manhood is, right?
Yeah.
And you go through those growing pains to celebrate what it is that the life is that they're living, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You celebrated hip hop in a song called Cheers. And hip hop is going through pain, it has gone through struggle, it has gone to many places. Talk about your Cheers song and how that, you know, what you laughing, bro? Talk to me.
Cause man, I said, I know Karev is gonna love this. I said, I know he gonna love this, man. I can't wait to talk to him. I know he gonna love this, man.
Oh, yeah, Cheers is a classic.
Yeah, Cheers to Hip Hop. That song was inspired by 50 Years of Hip Hop last year, August. And I wrote that song then. I just never, got in the studio or recorded because I was still, going through the battle, having it done. But, just like last year was 50 years of hip hop. So just being a student of the game, like so much more was given from pioneers and ghosts of this culture, stories, and like just information from someone like myself would have loved to like found out and hear and seeing some of my, just like celebrating 50 years of hip hop. And that's what inspired that song. But I wanted to give a spin on it, and like you said, it's titled Cheers to Hip Hop. I wanted to celebrate 50 years of hip hop by thinking hip hop. So in that song, I'm thinking hip hop, for all the great memories, as I mentioned in that song, being a kid, hearing my father, wake up every morning as I'm getting ready to school, blasting politics as usual, and Trick Daddy, I don't know what this world's like. All these songs as I'm waking up, getting ready to go to school. And then on top of that, like, being a fan and loving hip hop and being in it for so many years, like I'm able to express as an artist and what I want to do. And, so that was definitely like a celebration song right there. The bars is hitting crazy on there. And yeah, man, look out. Y'all can look out for that. That's coming as well. I'm putting it out there. I'm not holding nothing. It's coming.
Put a video to that too. Yeah. That's necessary. Because me personally, I don't think hip hop really celebrated its 50 years. And that's why I wanted to talk to you about mainstream and live music. Because in hip hop, all they did was celebrate the people who made money. I didn't see the break dancers get anything. I didn't see the graffiti artists get anything. I mean, we'll answer this. We'll do those questions in the my favorite part of the show. Rapid fire questions. We're going to answer those questions then. I want to stick to you though.
Rapid fire question.
Oh yeah, we're going to go in on this one. Because Cheers to Hip Hop inspired all the questions, y'all. This is going to be good. And it's not your first time, so you get different questions. But check this out. I want to give you your flowers and your props because your music is going to live on past the audio stage. All right, check this out. This is my man right here. Who this?
The light is kind of like taking it away. I can't really see.
That's DMX.
Oh, DMX. I see it.
I can see you doing something where there's figures or a cartoon using your music, like Boondocks or something.
Oh man.
And that's my dream for you as an artist, is to live on past the audio stage. Because now with AI, you're going to have to do something to live past the audio stage. I want to look.
That's so true.
Look at this. Look at this.
G-Unit.
50
Oh,
Cent,
that's
PlayStation 2.
classic right there. Loaded.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's the future that hip hop's going to have to take on. Now that you're talking to your family and you're talking about life and you're talking about this, what are the steps you're going to take so you live on past the audio and people will grow with you to the point where they're passing your legacy on to others, and you will be in that hologram in the hip hop museum when people talk about your movement, not just you.
You're saying like musically?
I'm talking about life.
Oh, life.
Music is a part of life. So how are you going to live on past just the music? Because your music, I'm telling you, if the Most High listened to me and said, I'll make one thing happen besides, what I want for myself, because I'm greedy. I mean, let me tell y'all, I always want that stuff for myself.
Yeah.
If I could wish, I always pray in the morning. Let me just say this. I pray in the morning for real. I say, Lord, let me be a blessing instead of always asking you for blessings. You see what I'm saying? And if I could be a blessing to you right now, if I could bestowing you a blessing, I want your music to live on past SoundCloud or Spotify or Tidal. I want yours music to be in a show or in a movie where people, or a soundtrack to a movie that, the most popular movie where people listen to the soundtrack and be like, yo, whoever that is, god damn. The same way when Fight Night Round 4 came out, Jay Electronica made people go, hold up, fuck this game. Go to the options menu and play that again. I want that for you. I want that for you and your music. So what are the steps you're going to take to make that happen?
Man, I'm going to continue to step out here in this world every day, man, and be a great example of how, someone should treat people and just be of service in this world, man. When I think of that question, it's really it's really hard to answer. Think about that. Just gotta continue to let it flow. It's hard.
Good.
It's hard. I can't. I don't have an answer for that. That's like a real,
I'm glad you don't, because that means you're not finished living yet. And I want you to appreciate your journey, because everybody always say, will you see yourself 5 years in the future? I just say, I hope I'm alive. I know my goals, but I have to live to see my goals happen. Andre 3000, what do you want to be when you grow up? He said alive. Yeah, I know that's the art of storytelling, part 1. That's one of the realest bars in hip hop that people really don't. We all want the flippity bouncy shit, but think about life. And this is why I'm talking to him about this, because Oskii makes life music. And now it's time for him to stand on his square. You knew all this. So stand on your square, 30 seconds. Tell the world why you the shit and why they need your music. Ready? Go.
Man, I'm the shit. I talk real shit. You don't get nothing but authenticity from me, man. And just a real person, man. I'm a Gemini, man. Listen, we special people. We special people, man. 30 seconds. That's enough for him. That's enough for him.
Mr. Modesty over here. Here you go. No. I'm gonna stand on the square for my man right here. Listen, you should listen to his music. You should listen to his music for the simple fact you don't want people to dictate to you what real music is. And we have people who hate on hip hop like Steve Harvey, who always say some bullshit about back in my day, we had real music. We had music where people got pregnant for sleeping in the back of cars. They don't talk about that. Or they talk about the song, one of my favorite songs, Junior Walker and the All-Stars, I think it was, or Sam and whatever. First you buy yourself a shotgun now, and you shoot them till they run now. Or you got Smokey Robinson. I
gotta hear that when you just was talking about.
Oh, I'll send it to you. Or you got Smokey Robinson. Y'all heard Tears of a Clown. He talked about a murderer who killed his wife in the song. See, nobody tell y'all about this. It's all love music, right? They critique us. And they tell us that our music is not good. Hip hop has saved lives. And I want him to and every other MC to know, you are the doctors, lawyers, and the standard bearers of people's consciousness in the community. Hip hop is the evolution of the Harlem Renaissance, because people always go back to those poems to talk about Black Child this and Still I Rise. Shout out to Maya Angelou and Mr. Peace to her. We have people like Oskii who's talking about being more than music, time flying, having options, standing for your people. We didn't even talk about the song Go, which you need to listen to right now on streaming platforms. Because I listen to the music and I'm telling you, this man not only has something to say, but he has something to give. And everybody wants to take. So take good shit. Because if you don't, you're going to kill yourself in the process and leave no legacy for nobody else to come behind you. So give your people good music. Get that perfect sound, entertainment music, and get that real hip hop and that bullshit out your system.
Nah, I appreciate that. Real talk, man. No, that's it, man. You know,
that's what you're supposed to do, though.
Yeah. No, I gotta stand my ground. Definitely, I gotta stand my ground. I appreciate that, man. But like you said, man, my music is gonna do more for you than just make you excited and, you know, get you up to dance. Like I want to talk to your heart and your mind. I want to see, you know, I want my music to bring change in people's lives. Like I want to spark something in them to, you know, to see something different. Like, absolutely. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
And God bless you for real. And I want you to have that. But ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us on the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. Look at the bottom.
Hold on. I had
we ain't finished. I'm not good.
All right.
Go.
This right here. I want to talk about this.
Sorry, go ahead.
I want to talk about this. This is the Heritage Hip Hop 2021 Govmatic Award.
Talk about it.
I didn't really get to express myself about this when I received it, but on myself and behalf of Perfect Sound Entertainment, we want to thank my guy Karev and Heritage Hip Hop for recognizing the great work and impact that we are doing in the community, man. And I tell you, look, this is nice and clean. I got this up in my crib, man. You know, I want to let you know how much I really appreciate and value Heritage Hip Hop, you know, more than anything, because we all got to start from somewhere, and to be recognized in my state, in my city, from somebody that appreciate my music, man. This will be the first one that I would ever talk about, no matter how far I get. To the Grammys, I'm going to always make sure I mention this Govmatic Award right here. I want to tell you, I appreciate this, man. Thank you.
Man, God made it happen, bro. I'm just thankful to be a blessing to you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that.
Shout out to everybody watching. Perfect Sound Entertainment says, let's go. Salute, y'all. Salute. So once again, look at the bottom of the screen. Hit the like button if you like this interview. Comment, share the video, subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop, and hit the bell for notifications whenever we go live, because we bring not only your future favorite artists to you today, but we celebrate this culture from the foundation, which is the then, to the present, which is the now, and to the future for all those who will see and experience not only the music, but the inspiring conversation that we have. But now we got to get real now. Now it's time for them rapid fire questions, y'all. Are you ready for these rapid fire questions?
I ain't never see this segment, man. But come on.
Yes, you did, because you was part of it one time. You was on the show twice before. I got you, bro.
I'm trying to remember the second time. My memory gets bad.
It's all good. Listen, we are here. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. These are not yes/no questions. These are questions designed to show the depth and the understanding of the hip hop culture that he represents, also as how he represents you. So the first question, I always ask about what's the perfect beat and all that. I ask you those questions all the time. These questions are based upon the Cheers to Hip Hop song.
Okay.
So my first question to you is this.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers is always a congratulations when you acknowledge somebody or something for something that they done, right? What does hip hop have to do to go further another 50 years to you and to still exceed greatness?
Hip hop has to continue to have artists like myself with such substance and push that to continue to, you know, inspire people to want to listen. That's what it needs for another 50 years.
Okay. I really respect that answer. Hip hop is an art and a genre that always had to survive. It only started living in the 2000s. And now with the threat of it being taken away again coming, how is hip hop going to stay alive and not go into survival mode in your opinion?
How is hip hop going to survive?
Stay alive and not survive.
Stay alive. Or stay alive and not survive. Stay alive and not survive. We got to continue to live hip hop. You got to live it. It's a difference between living it and, liking it, listening to it. Like, of course, it's gonna spill out in the music. Yeah, that's what we gotta live it. We gotta live hip hop.
Okay, so hip hop is bigger than the music, though. Give me your top 5 icons in hip hop that do not do music.
That do not do music. I ain't got none that do not do music.
And see, that's my point, because if hip hop is a culture, there's other parts of it that are meaningful, but we always stick to the music, and that's what gets us in trouble. You see what I'm saying? Let's expound on that for a quick second before we go back to the last 3 questions. For me, like some of the most important people for me in hip hop that don't rap or don't make beats are Ralph McDaniels, April Walker, Steve Stout, Russell Simmons. That's 4 right there. Sylvia Robinson didn't do beats and rhyme either, but Sugar Hill Records came out with Sugar Hill Gang. So when you look at those people I named, those are people intricate in the culture that took it somewhere. Ralph McDaniels is media. April Walker is fashion. Steve Stout is business. You could put Dame Dash there if you want. Like, there's so many people who don't do music that have pushed the culture forward. Is there anybody who has done that you looked at and studied, that you partook in?
Now that you gave me an example, can I think of? It's definitely somebody. I can't get it off top right now. There's definitely somebody.
He's a tap out. So we'll come back to that. You're gonna have to tag me in a live or a reel or story.
Yeah, I gotta get
you
back
got to tag me in that, because that's one of the questions I like to ask now on Heritage Hip Hop, because it always comes back to the music, always.
Yeah.
But shout out to the people who push the culture forward in other ways. That
you're right.
That even like, look, Hype Williams, like it's people out there have done so much for the culture that it's hip hop is so big that there's people everywhere that does it. Whether it's it don't even have to be a celebrity. Like, you got preachers who use hip hop to save the youth from gang violence. Like, it's so much. So shout out to the hip hop culture, not just only celebrating the music.
Absolutely.
Last 3 questions. Yeah, no doubt. Last three questions. Perfect sound gets rid of a lot of noise. But you know what? Noise is also visual. How do you ensure your visuals beat the negativity and bring people back to the real life that you celebrate?
One more time. Give me that one more time.
Check this out. One more time, y'all. Noise, perfect sound gets rid of noise. And noise isn't always what you hear, is what you see. So protecting your image and putting out visuals to get rid of the noise is important. How do you protect that, and what are you putting out to fight the ignorance or the noise with your brand?
Visually, everyday life, like whatever I'm speaking in the music that I create a visual for, like I'm gonna express that and show that in a visual for sure.
So real life is the canvas, and the music highlights life through the art.
On point.
There we go, right there, ladies and gentlemen. I told y'all we go in on Heritage Hip Hop, yo.
There you go.
So, bro, throwaway question: how you like being on Heritage Hip Hop, or would you recommend us to anybody else?
I would definitely recommend Heritage Hip Hop to any artist. Like, Heritage Hip Hop is the truth. The substance of what you speak on is like great questions, make you think. Like, this is a real like top tier platform for me. I really respect like what you represent and how you deliver, you know, your message with Heritage Hip Hop. Definitely recommend.
I appreciate that. And just to show the people and give the people what they want, you have, this is my last question. You have rocked the stage in festivals, schools, parks, events, and you've had mainstream artists on them stages with you. Has there been a mainstream artist that gave you your flowers, and what did they tell you that inspired you to move forward?
Let me think real quick. Not on stage, but shockingly, your favorite artist. I got a chance to meet Redman one time, and this was at Do It All, councilman for the West Ward. Shout out to Do It All. This was at one of his Sundays men meeting, and that was another thing that I went to, just to, you know, be amongst men and just get that energy I needed to like heal my spirit and just like get in a great place. And I had a short, brief moment with Redman afterwards, and I played book bag for him. And he looked at me, he said, "This is hot shit right here, bro." He said, "You different, man." He said, you gonna make the change. He said, "You gonna make the change. Keep pushing that shit." So that right there, you know, I definitely take that. I took that moment, you know, to heart. That's our Jersey legend right there, you know. So having him tell me that, you know, lets me know I'm definitely on the right path for what I'm doing, for somebody that accomplished a whole lot in hip hop. So, you know, that's one person right there.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you like this interview today, because I'm not talking about sex, drugs, and violence all the time. But when you get somebody who gives you great music and celebrates life in his music, you got to honor him with an interview that shows you not only the depth of his humanity, not only the depth of his knowledge, but the depth of his soul as he gives you truth and hope for the future that goes on. Any last words?
Gotta tap into that soul, man. Yo, I just want to say shout out to everybody that was tuned in here for this episode, man. Perfect Sound and Heritage Hip Hop. We family. I want y'all to, you know, subscribe to my United Masters page, man. Subscribe to my SoundCloud channel. I'm going to be dropping music up there every week. Look out for all the new music. This year with the Book Bag Tour, we plan on bringing y'all deeper into this tour to show y'all what really goes down in these schools, what we talking about, the change that we making, the impact that we leaving on these kids, man. So stay tuned. I want y'all to go download, stream, Book Bag, the music video, the song. Turn that song on in the morning, man. Them kids going to school, man, every day, all day. Yeah.
I'm going to leave you with something. Did you ever see the outro to my show?
Nah.
Well, there's something on there that you're going to see, and I want you to pay attention to. Ladies and gentlemen, we out. Don't hang up, because I want to talk to you right after the show. So everybody out there, peace, and we out.
Real hip hop. Real hip hop. We here. Real hip hop. For real. Real hip hop.